Hey guys, Roadkill Jabble here again. So this is just a quick video about what happens if your leader is captured. Okay. So the first thing that's going to happen is probably Sirius or one of the other kind of R4s, or if you're really unlucky, Bro, is going to tell you off for not being sheltered. Okay, you should be sheltered or rallied or whatever, or shielded as much of the time as humanly possible, because losing your hero is kind of a pain in the bum. Okay. Once you've been told off and been suitably contrite, what's going to happen next, or what you'll notice, is that you've lost any passive abilities that that hero had. So if you haven't taken my advice and you've chosen to have Trickster as your leader, you're about to have a very bad day, because your research speed is going to go down and your energy regen is going to go down, and that's going to suck. Okay, and your hero will appear in a little corner of the screen, where it normally is, behind bars, looking very sad. It's kind of annoying. So if you've picked carefully which your leader is, that's not a big deal. Okay, if you pick someone who's purely combat, then meh, so be it. But you will also lose access to all of the talent points that you've spent. So until your leader comes back, you won't have those talent points. So if you've put them into combat, your troops will be weaker, dramatically so, in combat. If you've put them into construction and research speed and troop training, guess what? All gone. And one that I noticed a lot, because I put a lot of points into food production, suddenly my food production was just gone. There was nothing. So losing talent points is really annoying, unbelievably annoying. Okay. You will also lose access to any of the armor and accessories and weapons that your leader was wearing. You can't change them, and they're not helping you. Fucking sucks. Okay, not impressed. Really, really unhappy when that happens. Okay, so you are you you just lose a hell of a lot of capability, both military and kind of in terms of production and construction. It's a disaster. What it won't affect is if you have any research or constructions already underway, their their time is set, so you won't the time won't increase for those, which is good. I was quite lucky when my leader got captured. It was because I was away on holiday, and I deliberately set crazy long research and crazy long construction, so that if I got captured, it didn't really matter. Okay? If you get captured and the person who captures you is quite nice, or not very nice, but a little bit nice, or if one of us manages to sort it out in time, or someone manages some diplomacy, or whatever, the leader might get released. That does seem to happen more often than not, so you don't need to wait too long. Yay! The other person may demand a bounty, may demand a ransom, so you can pay them the money and get your leader back soon. I really don't think we should be doing that. I really don't think we should be paying ransoms. It does massively limit you for a set period of time, but if we keep paying ransoms, we're just going to keep getting hit for leaders. If it becomes known that we don't pay ransoms, you take our leader, we can't get him back, okay, fine. Fuck off, are we making your life any better than it has to be? Okay? So we don't want to make life easy for people who are then going to spend that money on troops and hit us again. Don't want to do that. Okay? We do not negotiate with terrorists. Obviously, there are times when it is worth paying the ransom, but I do think you ought to check with an R4 or an R5 before you do that, because we don't want it to just be a habit. Okay. Obviously, if there is a reason that you really want to get them back soon, we're going to give you the money to do it. Okay. Don't feel that not being able to afford it is a reason not to. Okay. If you need to get your hero back, we'll find a way to make it happen. All right, guys. You can also put a bounty on. So a bounty is that if someone else attacks that player and releases your leader as a result, you give the money to them. Much, much better to put a bounty than it is to pay a ransom, because paying a ransom is rewarding someone for being an asshole, whereas paying a bounty is giving an incentive to other people to be nice to you. Okay? I know which type of person I want to reward. Okay? So, um, let's assume that either you put a bounty and no one goes after it, or whatever. What happens next? So you find out that your hero is about to be executed. That's not a big deal. Okay? How long it takes for your hero to be executed depends on the size of the altar of the person who has your leader. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that, I don't think. All right. Um, you will need to either wait for 7 days after your leader has been executed, and then they'll come back to you, or you can, using guild coins or gems, you can buy a revival fruit, and that will give you your hero back immediately after they've been executed. So they get executed, you use the revival fruit, and yay, leader back. Okay, that's what I did. I was happy with that. So my recommendation is to ride it out, but talk to us if you're not happy about doing that. Okay. I think that's about it. Other than to say again, don't get captured, please. All right. Talk to you guys soon.